Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks for stopping in and thank you for watching. I appreciate you a lot. Okay, let's get on to it. Today I'm going to be doing channel shout outs, another one. And this one is going to be revolve around astrologers that I like to watch. Uh, there's several, probably more than several, but I thought I'd focus on a few. So, the first one, well, first off, I just want to say what this video is going to be about. So, what else do I want to say? Honestly, I've been having a hard time getting started on videos the last couple days. I don't know why, but and I'm having a hard time coming up with topics. So you're gonna have to just suffer through this, until I can break the spell, whatever it's going on. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Uh, this video is going to feature astrologer Steve Judd. Now he's really cool. He's from the UK. He's got a British accent and all that kind of stuff, and he's pretty smart. I'd say he's the top dog. Him and there's a few other ones too, but he's right up there on top. He's still working on a documentary right now about astrology and going all the way back, in history, how it all got started and all that. I've been fascinated with astrology pretty much my whole life, most of my life, since I was a teenager. I just find it fascinating. To me it is. So here we go. This is Steve Judd.
Hi, well, it's the 19th of August 2025. So I'm looking at the new moon. Before I do that, in the last 24 hours, I've been sending out lots of newsletters containing lots of interesting stuff. So if you haven't got one yet, probably because you're on a Gmail account, let me know by email, steve@stevejudd.co, and I'll send one out to you. Also, I've been sending out lots of information about the online teaching that I'm going to be doing, the Zoom course teaching that starts in 3 weeks' time. Just as an interesting little footnote, between about 5:30 a.m. and 7:45 a.m. UK time, in the UK only, will be a 2.25 hour window where, for the only time this year, we'll have the sun conjunct the moon and with the ascendant also all together in Virgo. The sun and moon won't be conjunct the ascendant all the time, but to have all three of them in Virgo is once in a year for 2 hours. At the moment of new moon, anyway. So, what does it mean to have the new moon at 0 degrees of Virgo? It's nice if you happen to be born at the start of Virgo. Yes, great. It's the aspects that count. And one of the things I'll be emphasizing on the teaching course is the fact that how planets are energies. The signs that they're in show how the energy manifests in you. The aspects show how, the houses show how that energy manifests in the eyes of the outside world. Hi folks, it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon on Sunday the 10th of August. This is a cross between a Sunday sermon and a rant, okay? Settle down, get yourself a cup of whatever turns you on, Get your seatbelt on. I want to take you back in history. I want to take you back 83 years. 83 years ago, Uranus had just moved into Gemini. Uranus's orbit is 84 years. But Uranus at the moment is going to move back into Taurus soon. Then it will move back into Gemini again in the spring of next year, in the second quarter of next year. So it's an 84-year cycle. 83 years ago, in June 1942, Jupiter moved into 0 degrees of Cancer. Jupiter moved into 0 degrees of Cancer about a month ago. 84 years ago, next year, Jupiter will be at 23 degrees of Cancer, standing still, going retrograde, moving forward again. And the final pass at 23 degrees of Cancer will be when it was in May, June of next year. And Jupiter was at 23 degrees of Scorpio in October, November 1942. So Jupiter has an 11.85, 11.9 year circle. It spends 11 years, 10 and a half months, or 11 years and 11 months, basically 12 years in the sign. So next June, July, will be Jupiter's 7th Jupiter return and first Uranus return from the period of June to October 1942. Also, in May, June, July 19 trine Mercury. Now that's in order, and that's going to happen within 8 hours. Add to this that you've got a Venus conjunct Jupiter, and I was up at about 4 a.m, 4:30 this morning looking at it, and they were conjunct a couple of hours ago. They were in the same degree of longitude. They weren't in the same degree of latitude, so they weren't eclipsing each other, but my goodness, they were close. They were about just over a full moon width apart, at least from my latitude. And I love looking at Venus conjunct Jupiter. When they're actually conjunct in latitude and longitude, it's like a really big, bright star in the sky, but that happens very rarely. So, the only planets that aren't being affected today is the Sun. The Sun's out there on its own, trining Ceres, but it's on its own. So, on the one hand, this implies, because the Sun's being unaspected compared to everything else, there's a degree of randomicity, but because the Moon is so active with all of the outer planets, as well as Mercury and Mars, especially Mars, there's a degree of incisiveness. So, random incisiveness.
Okay, this astrologer's name is Rick Levine. Now, he's super special. He is super smart. I mean, he's right up there with Steve Judd. Him and Steve are like buddies, you know. They had this big convention thing not too long ago together. I think it was in India. It was in another country. You know, they met there and a whole bunch of people showed up and they had a seminar thing. And but both of them are brilliant. But Rick Levine, he knows a lot about a lot of stuff. You know, not just astrology, but a lot of other stuff. I mean, his videos are really, interesting and informative. And not just about astrology, but, in general. So here we go with Rick Levine, astrologer.
Greetings all, this is Rick Levine with your August astrological forecast. Before we get into the actual forecast, I have some business to take care of, including announcing the recipient of this month's free harmonics reading. These mini readings on the harmonic aspects in your chart are drawn every month from the email list. If you're not on the email list, you can go to www.ricklevineastrologer.com and sign up for the email list. I will not overwhelm you with marketing emails, nor will the list information be sold or shared with anyone else. However, you will get notifications of the various YouTube videos that I post, and also some other announcements throughout the month. But it will not be overwhelming, and you can always remove yourself from the email list should you choose to. This month's winner for the August reading is Lindsay Scher, and that number that was selected was 9445. Congratulations, Lindsay. You will receive an email from Gail, my assistant Gail, and we will follow that up with scheduling you for your free reading. For those of you who are regulars, you know that one of the things that I've been talking about a lot and often is the Uranus-Pluto trine that is coming up. It's already within, as we astrologers say, within orb, but it is, hold on, let me make my phone go away so that I don't have to interrupt this broadcast to answer any phone calls. Hang on one second here, and it is now quieted. That Uranus and Pluto are already, as we astrologers say, within orb, meaning that they are coming together into a trine, which is 1/3 of a circle. And astrology, which is largely based upon sacred geometry, says that when you have, you're supposed to tell me things like this. For those of you online, hang on a second. We're obviously working something out here. I'm not sure what it is.
Just your audio on YouTube has just disappeared.
Testing. We're testing again.
It's back now.
It's back.
How Uranian.
Huh?
How Uranian.
Actually, it's how Mercury retrogradian. We'll get to Mercury retrograde in a few minutes, but I want to start off with Uranus and Pluto, because everything that's happened in the last year maybe, and for the next 3 years at least, are really going to have this background note of the trine, the harmonious flowing of energy from Uranus to Pluto. Uranus, as I started to say before, when Uranus and or Mercury retrograde attacked and made me appear silent even though my lips were moving, that Uranus is an 84-year cycle, which means that since there are 12 signs in the zodiac, Uranus spends about 7 years in each sign. 7 times 12 should be about 84. I don't have a calculator in front of me, and that means that Uranus, having changed signs last month, moving from Taurus, where it had been for the previous 7 years, and tipping into Gemini, and it's really August will be the first full month with Uranus in Gemini. But the thing to remember is that all the real planets, I say real meaning not the sun and the moon, because we astrologers use the word planet to mean, in the Greek sense, planeta, that which wanders. Anything that's a wanderer that moves through the sky is considered a planet. But the real planets, the Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and even the asteroids and other Plutonian-like objects like Eris, and NASA tracks about 250,000 named objects that are going around the sun, as crazy as that is. Uranus, however, takes 84 years to go around the sun, spends about 7 years in each sign, and the energy or the archetype of each planet remains the same. Uranus, some people say that Uranus should have been named Prometheus because Uranus is really rebellious. Uranus is invention, it's the future. Uranus is related to the unexpected. It releases tension wherever it is. Remember, Prometheus stole fire from the gods and brought it to humanity. And Uranus is a bit unpredictable. Lightning strikes to relieve tension, and Uranus often creates or corresponds with events that seem to relieve tension, even when we didn't know there was tension there. So Uranus, sometimes called the Great Awakener, because when lightning strikes, it's like the light bulb goes on. Idea, boom, Uranus. Something happens. We become aware of something we weren't aware of prior. Uranus, the Great Awakener, the rebellious planet, the radical planet. Uranus is the planet of unexpected change. Uranus is the planet of sudden release of energy, like lightning. So Uranus for 7 years has been in Taurus. Do we have any Taurus or Taurus moons or Taurus rising or people who like Tauruses or, you know? Taurus is the primal earth side. It's like, think of granite. You know, it's not going to move unless it has to. Granite doesn't flow easily like water. Oh, it can if it's heated up enough and it'll flow like lava. But Taurus is about stability. It's about determination. Taurus is also that which we can perceive with our five senses. So Taurus is sensible. It's down to earth. It's things that we can touch or taste or smell or feel or see. This is the material realm. Taurus has to do with those things which are solid. And in fact, it's been said that if a Taurus has good sheets, nice linens, good food, maybe a bit of nice wine, shelter over their head, and enough money to pay for a month of rent or two, that everything else will be okay. Because when you take care of the senses, Taurus is happy.
Now, this astrologer her name is Dabney Lawless. Haven't known her very long. I came across her through another channel that I watched that introduced her, and then I found her. She has a YouTube channel called Lawless Astrology, and she's pretty much knows what she's talking about too. There's another one that lady that's real good. That was on Susan Lynn's show, but she doesn't have a lot of videos yet. So I may do her later down the line. But yeah, Dabney's starting to get some videos out there, and her channel's pretty new, hasn't been around a long time, so check her out and subscribe, and if you're interested in this sort of thing. And I know all my viewers aren't going to be interested in the same stuff, so that's why I'm introducing different topics, different channels that have different stuff, but most of them might be similar. Because there's stuff that I watch, and like lately I've been doing a lot of movies, old movies, classic movies. Should I do some movie reviews? Let me know. But anyway, let's get on to it. This is Lawless Astrology.
channel. My name is Dabney. I'm an evolutionary astrologer, and today I'm joined by my friend Celeste Brooks. Hello, Celeste.
Hi, Dabney. I'm so happy to be here and talk to you today.
I know it's been a while, so
Yeah.
I just texted her and I was like, okay, we have to talk about what's going on with the Epstein scandal. Like, we can't just not talk about the astrology of what's happening and how that's affecting the Cheeto. And, you know, is he going to get out of this? Like, is this really damaging? How many times have we been like, oh, that's the thing? And then we're like, you know, I don't know about you, but I've sort of given up on there being a thing that actually gets people to pay attention or wake up and see things in a different way.
Oh, they're going to.
I
They're
mean,
already starting to wake up, even without the Epstein stuff. But all of the actions taken by this administration are going to have long-range implications for all of us. And coming from corporate, I worked in corporate for 25+ years, and I worked closely with operations. I was in sales, marketing, and business development. But I know companies are going crazy all across the country trying to manage these tariffs and, bringing in so this is causing stress to workers across everything. People with small businesses who source from some places. It's causing them craze. All these people who lost their jobs. Over 200,000 people lost their jobs during
and that's trickling down because I personally, sorry, my kitty's wanting to join the conversation. I personally have lots of friends who worked for like the government contractors or like worked for nonprofits or did things that like laddered up to the government that are now like only now being laid off, right? So like first it was the Doge cuts, but then like as budget. My name is Dabney and I'm an evolutionary astrologer. Today I'm going to be talking about a question that I get sometimes. And it came up for me yesterday, so I wanted to just kind of share my experience with you. Why is it that sometimes the astrologers will say that a certain date or aspect or transit is going to be beautiful and lovely, and the reality of your experience does not match what the astrologers are predicting? Likewise, sometimes they say it's going to be this dramatic transit that we're all going to experience, but nothing really that dramatic happens for you. So what is that all about? So if that's content you're interested in, please stick around. This is going to be a quick video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Yesterday was the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Cancer. All astrologers were saying what a beautiful aspect this was going to be. I myself even said this is a day to kind of pamper yourself and take care of yourself, kind of lean into self-care, enjoy the day. But I'll confess, I had a terrible day yesterday. It was not a fun day. So what's going on there? Well, my outer planet transits are stronger than the day-to-day transits that we are talking about. So when we're talking about these faster moving planets sometimes, especially something like a Venus conjunction, it can offer the energetic opportunity, but it doesn't mean it will be your experience, because whatever is going on in your individualized chart might be more powerful and override the benefits that you would see of that. So here's a little thing about horoscopes. Horoscopes are very general. There are not just 12 signs. This is a complicated topic, and it is one that we study, astrologers study for years, decades even, in most cases, before we kind of come out into the world and tell you what's going to happen. And so when you look at a chart, an individual person's chart, their interaction with what is going on in the sky right now is more important than what's going on in the collective. And when we do these larger horoscopes or we do these videos, we are looking at mundane astrology. We're looking at what's going on for the collective.
Subscribe and like. Thank you. Thanks for watching.